how do they not keep him riding that 450 indoors here with the results he's putting in? Ferrandis is obviously out. When Ferrandis is there, I mean, he can be in the top 10, but like how do you not take Ferrandis, put him on the bench and say, look, dude, let's just get healthy and go ride outdoors and win that outdoor title again? Because we all know, like, from everything I'm hearing and seeing, and this is literally direct from the horse's mouth, Tomac is done after Supercross. Like,
Yes.
there is
Yes.
literally, every time somebody asks him, he just laughs and he's like, no, I'm done. And they're like, well, are you sure? What about coming back for SM? Nope, I'm done. And that somebody even asked John the other day, and he was like, well, I don't really know, but I think he's gonna be. And it's like, dude, no, Tomac's mind is made up. He's gonna get through this Supercross hopefully unscathed, and he's gonna be like, yep, I'm done. That's it.
Yeah.
So how do you not take Ferrandis, who's won a 450 outdoor title, who obviously he can ride Supercross, but man, is it sketchy because every single year here he's getting hurt, and just go, look, man, let's just do this. We've got Justin Cooper over here riding the bike. He's putting the bike in the main event. He's putting the bike way up in the top 10. Like, how do you not just keep him on there and just say, look, man, we're just going to keep you here because we just need these steady, easy results? Because he has, I mean, maybe he's crashed, but because obviously you don't get to watch him, but it's like, it can't be anything bad because he's still pushing through to the end of the main here. So I just don't understand how you don't make that audible here in the middle of the year here like this and just be like, look, man, just keep going. Just keep putting in these 5 to 8 place rides and keeping the bike relevant. Like, and Ferrandis, you just heal up, get your head back on straight after, mangling yourself there and damn near dying in the middle of a stadium in front of everyone, and get ready for outdoors because we need this outdoor title. That way we can win 450 indoors, 450 outdoors, and at least have a solid presence 250 outdoors, because we all know Justin Cooper, that's what we think his contract is based on here, is his 250 outdoor title that's coming up. Not that he's going to win it, because I don't believe for a second he's going to, but still, like, I don't understand how you don't call that audible as Bobby Regan. Like, doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, it and it just has everything to do with contracts.
Yeah.
Ferrandis has a guaranteed contract. His salary is going to get paid whether he's on the racetrack or not.
Yep.
And the budget can only go so far. And, there's just enough money. They offered Jay Coop just enough to keep him fresh in Supercross for the potential of what could be next year. As you guys have talked about on your show before, there's a lot of moving parts at the end of the season in the 450 class. So Yamaha, particularly Star, doesn't want to lose Jay Coop, so they're giving him this Supercross on again, off again. We've got Ferrandis, who has a very, very fat contract, so he's going to get paid even when he's injured.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just not enough money. That's what it boils down to.
So Jay Coop's going to be number 2 behind Cooper Webb next year. There is that. And then the next question is like, what the hell is going to happen with Plessinger? Because it's contract year for him too.
Yeah, Plessinger is in a real catbird seat right now because Jay Coop goes back to Yamaha next year. You've got Cooper Webb there. You got Jay Coop. There's 1 and 2. You've got, like you say, Eli says thank you, welcome Cortez in my retirement world, and he gets to spend the rest of his time with his growing family. Plessinger has put himself in a real predicament. And it's intriguing to me that Sexton would go over to KTM, seeing what happened to Plessinger, going from having so much speed, the top guy, struggling with the bike and the chassis. I don't know. Maybe if we look at the way that Cooper and Plessinger have kind of turned the KTM platform around, maybe it works out well for Sexton, but it didn't work out well for Plessinger when he went to KTM. That's for darn sure. Yeah. And it didn't go well for Jay Coop when they changed that whole bike. He goes from defending champion. I don't think he won I don't think he won a single race the entire season.
Mm-hmm.
So Plessinger is definitely going to be in a tough situation. So if you go by each one of the colors, Yamaha becomes Cooper Webb and becomes Jay Coop. You look at KTM, they're going to have Sexton over there. Obviously, I don't think they're going to keep Marvin. I don't think they'll retain him. It's interesting seeing what happens with Tom Vial. I'm not saying they're going to move him up to the 450, but we know Plessinger. Now, here's the other thing. Let's say that they bring Sexton over to KTM. They probably could keep Plessinger for 75% less, 80% less than what they're paying him now.
Yeah, maybe. The other thing is I've heard rumors of Dylan going over there too. So I've heard two different rumors over the last 2 years with him. It's either going to KTM or going to Kawasaki. Now, I don't think Kawasaki's going to be the thing because I think they're going to be full because I think AC's contract goes through next year. I have a hard time seeing Ando not renewing a 1-year deal for next year too and just staying with that team. So it turns into, okay, does Ferrandis go over there next year too? But then that's an interesting dynamic with Ferrandis and Chase, especially because Chase is trying to get away from being, a level playing field with someone on the team. So it wouldn't surprise me to see Plessinger stay there either, but that's super interesting. I don't know.
But it wouldn't be the first time though that KTM's run a 3-man team. I mean, they brought Dungey in,
yeah, that's
with
true
Webb
too.
and Plessinger there. And if Plessinger's willing to pretty much race for bonuses only,
Yeah.
or maybe $100,000 or whatever, now you could have Aaron. It never hurts to have 3 guys trying to shake down a bike.
Yep.
Especially if right now, since Dylan Ferrandis, we're certainly not making a mockery of him knocking himself out last weekend, but
No.
you get enough of those, as we know, the sport has amnesia. They only remember, as we always say, you're only as good as your last race. Well, when contract negotiations come up, Yamaha deal's over.
Yep.
He either stays at Yamaha for very, 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 very cheap and is a third man there.
Yep.
Goes to KTM as the number 2 guy. Plessinger's the number 3.
Yeah, that could be too. That would be interesting. So,
and then Ferrandis. But if Ferrandis doesn't have a killer outdoor summer, it's a perfect scenario for Sexton to be back as the number 1 guy in the team, which he's not going to be at Honda when Jet goes up. So there's where the musical chairs goes in. And then here's the big what if. I hate to say it, but Colt Nichols isn't going to be retained at Honda. So that opens up one spot there. Does now Dylan possibly look at going to Honda?
You don't
Because what other guy is coming up?
You don't think they retain Colt for Supercross only next year too to get them to bridge them until Hunter moves to the 450 and for outdoors next year?